Okay, so I'm not sure where I left off on this video because it's been a month or so, but I've acquired a new condenser rod, or not condenser rod, but a condenser wire, as this other one, as you can tell, is not up to snap quality here. So let's go ahead and pull this one out. Maybe. You can hear it snap, like it is stiff. So I'm guessing that this was my problem most of the time, giving me the intermittent spark. That's loose. I'm not that strong, but we'll go ahead and slip this other one on. I may have to get a screwdriver for this, or I'll get lucky. Pull some of this insulation off. Yeah, I'm going to have to open this up. This hole's a little tight. Whoever designed this, I bought this from, I think it was India I ended up getting it from. But whoever designed this little wire, reproduced it, should have put a spade end on here instead of a ring terminal, because the bolt you have to take out holds the spring on. So thank you for making my life just that much more difficult. I guess you get what you pay for, so I guess I can't really complain. I had actually bought everything to do this, and then because I thought, well, after I'd paid for the wire, I thought, well, it's going to take over a month. And then I bought everything to do it, and then I didn't do it, and then this showed up, and I thought, well, guess I might as well do it with this. Now you'll wonder, why did I put this here? Well, because here's something fun about this. I don't quite understand what's going on there. That hole looks a little bit better, but I think they are the same size holes. So I'm gonna have to look into what hardware I actually need to put it on there, and then we'll go from there. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to slip up through there or not. Probably ought to look into that. But it seems somewhat reasonable to believe that. Maybe, if I can get it. I think I'm just going to route it out and around, to be honest. At least for now. It's got a bullet connector on this end, so it shouldn't be too hard to replace. Now, trying to get it to go into the connecting end is a different story. All right. So, we got our wire hooked up. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and see if we can set the points real quick. As I've put the battery in here, let's see if I can hold this in a way that it'll work. Try to hold like this. Ignition is on, as you can see with the headlight. It has spark now. But the problem is, it sure seems like this thing's blowing air out of the carburetor, which is odd. Shouldn't be doing that. So I'm going to pop this back together. So I know the kill switch is not, actually we could test it. Kill switch is now off, which does seem to be working. It is back on. Run. Okay. So I'm wondering if the valves have an issue here, or I'm not getting fuel, one of the two. Although my thumb is wet because I stuck it in there. Oh, we got fuel, we got air. What is going on? All right, I'm gonna stop the video a second. Kind of curious about, I do have fuel going into it, although it's not pretty. I open this up, you can hear it dribble out. So it's getting gas. My hand gets all wet with fuel when I kick it over, and ignition is not on, but when I kick it over, it doesn't suck it in like I thought it would. Instead, I get a repercussion of air coming out. I'm curious if my valves are a little off. I'm not sure who's been in this before me. So I might check the timing of the valves real quick, since that's kind of easy to do. And then go from there. Because I got fuel, I got spark, so you would think that it would fire at least a little bit. But at this point, it has been not doing that. So let's check those out real quick and see what's up. Move that over. That looks like a little excessive for it to be too thou. So let's tighten it up and see what happens. So, just so people know, it is at the T mark on the stator. And this is one of the few times I think you get to use a 9mm for things. I get this broke loose and then snug it up. I have this extra long, these are made for, when I bought it, it wasn't rusty, but it is now. I bought this for Hondas. So I'm just going to put this guy in here. Seems about right. And then we'll have to find something to hold this with, probably a pair of pliers, and then snug her up. I don't actually know if you can actually see what I'm doing, but I am tightening up the top valve. I'll do the bottom one here in a second. Okay, so the bottom one seemed, well, if it was anything, it was a little tight. I had some difficulty trying to get the tool in there, and of course it was leaking a little oil down upon me. But nonetheless, I think I got it. I think it's close enough to where it needs to be. So I'm gonna try kickstarting this over and see what happens. Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. Maybe I got the timing off. I don't quite actually know. So let's continue. I set the points, but I forgot to set timing. So I just did that, and you can see I'm beginning to wonder if this motor is just very well used. Because it is not even quite right. I don't think I have the points that far out. But how many miles does this thing have on it? 2,342 miles. You wouldn't think it would be wore out, but very well could be. A worn timing chain would explain some other weird things about it, so. Anyways, let's see if we can kick it over now. Some giggly gas and see if we can get close, at least. Choke off. Open throttle. If it needs an engine rebuild, I will most likely sell it. As to be honest, I am not a huge fan of this kickstart either. Oh, why you no like me? Doesn't even try, so I'll give it a couple more weeks and think about it and see where we go from there. If not, this may actually be the end of the episode of me failing to start this bike like a couple of the other ones in the beginning. So this is going to be a little bit of a sideways video, but I was looking at the cam chain in there, and the tensioner there, you could see as I rotate it around, it all of a sudden just lose all tension, which to me is kind of odd. But I don't know, maybe that's a Honda. I can't say it's a Honda thing because my other bikes don't do that. It just feels like, see, like right there, I don't know if I can get the light on it and hold it. Kind of got 6 or 7 things going on here. Let's see if I can hold the camera and the flashlight and turn the motor over. Wow, being able to let you guys see. But like right there, it is not even touching the chain, as the tensioner was not that tensioner. Okay, let's see if we can try this here. It's barely touching, as the chain is moving faster than the actual wheel tensioner. Like right there, it just almost skipped. So I'm going to try to loosen the nut down here, and that's supposed to fix it. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure if you're able to see way back in there behind the coils, but that actually has not changed anything. I adjusted that. It's actually maxed out. So I really think at this point the cam, either the tensioner is messed up or the cam chain is too loose now. Well, or you know, it wore out over time, not that it's all of a sudden gotten loose. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at. Beginning to wonder if that's causing me my issues. Again, I don't know how I'm going to end this video. I think I'm going to end it here, knowing that I have an issue with this. And now it's the debate, do I continue going on, or do I let someone else take over the project? Because, or I could put it in long-term storage. My problem is it's time, space, and money. And I'm not one to e-beg, so I'm not going to ask for money on this one. But, well, if I sell it, I will. But as far as trying to continue with this project, I'll think about it for a bit and then try to figure out what I want to do. Because obviously it's going to be pretty intensive, and I currently lack time. And if I had the time financially, I don't think it would be smart for me to proceed with, well, I mean, I don't know. I bought it because it was cheap. It's not the biggest, it's not my interest at the moment. Again, I am currently diving headfirst in Triumphs, Brit bikes, and continuing my passion of two-strokes. So, with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to think about it for a couple weeks, what my plan is, because it's a clean bike. Doesn't run. It needs an engine overhaul, and or at least a timing chain replacement, which I think you could do. You'd have to pull this cover off and the shifter, and pull this side off. And I think you could get in there to replace the tensioner. You would have to, at the least, pull the cam to get that chain through, then loop it through. I don't think the factories have the chain link. I put one in on my CL200 because I bought bulk chain and then just counted out the links and put that on. But I doubt this one has a chain link in it to do that. Then also getting to it because it's kind of tucked up in here. Either way, I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. You'll hear how I decide to go on this in an upcoming video. So thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more other bike videos, car videos.